One of the most critical things for your four-wheel drive in the bush is what's touching the ground and touching the road at all times, and obviously that comes down to the tyres. Now, we've been driving on these mud terrain tyres for the entire trip, a Cooper STT tyre, and you might ask, well, why would you bother driving with a mud terrain tyre? Well, the reason why we've been driving on mud terrain tyres is because of the construction of the muddy. You see, these tyres have more tread on them, they have more tread around the sidewall as well, and they also are made of a thicker construction. So the whole carcass of this tyre is thicker than your all-terrain tyres or your highway terrain tyres. And it's the design of that tyre carcass that's all important. These Cooper STTs have been going great guns. We haven't had a single puncture thus far, but it's also important that you run decent tyres on your camper trailer as well. You see, it's getting just about as much curry as the tyres on your four-wheel drive, so they can also get punctures. The beauty of this tyre when you are in off-road conditions is that it has a lovely open blocky tread. Now, that open blocky tread means that it self-cleans beautifully. So every time that tyre rotates, it spits the mud out the back, cleans itself so that it's got nice, fresh tread and clean purchase to grab on the next rotation. It does that endlessly, so it gets you much more traction wherever you're going. Now, I guess the next step down in tyres is your all-terrain tyre. And these do vary a little bit, but they're generally for people who love to do a bit of bush driving on the weekend, but also have to drive their vehicles to work during the weekday. So they want a tyre that behaves on-road, but also has a handy bit of traction off-road. So that is where the all-terrain tyre comes in. And finally, you've got your highway terrain tyres, and they're the tyres that have buckets of grip on-road and are nice and quiet, but obviously aren't as well suited to off-road because of their closed tread pattern. One thing that you really want to consider though, whichever tyre you choose to buy, is the depth of the tread, because a lot of tyres that come on standard four-wheel drives from the factory have not a lot of grip on them at all and not a lot of that all-important tread depth. And those sort of tyres you can be lucky to get 10 or 15,000 Ks out of. So make sure you consider that when you're purchasing your next set of rubber. The way that I've always caught yabbies is with a little piece of cotton and a bit of dead meat tied to the end of it. And what you do is you can feel them tugging and you just gently, gently drag that bit of string up, and then you grab your net and just whip them up as soon as you can start to see them. It's not feeling too hopeful.